Have you ever wondered if it's possible to double your kidney function, even in stage 5? Imagine finding a remedy that can turn things around when hope seems lost. In 2023, a 39-year-old man faced the grim reality of end-stage kidney failure. Most doctors would have told him that his only option was dialysis. But instead of resigning himself to that fate, he sought help from a team of naturopaths. Through a combination of natural remedies, dietary changes, and lifestyle improvements, his kidney function nearly doubled. In just 51 days, he went from dialysis as your only hope to just watch your diet and take a few supplements. Yet, many doctors continue to tell their patients there's no hope. Are they being honest? In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact remedy that helped me double my kidney function when I was in stage 5. You'll discover how this approach could not only improve your kidney health, but also enhance your overall well-being. Imagine the relief and peace of mind that comes with knowing you're doing everything you can to protect your health. Stay with me until the end of this video, where you'll gain valuable insights into safeguarding your kidneys and boosting your overall health. Trust me, what you'll learn today could make all the difference. Number 5 is a big one, a lie that too many doctors tell their patients. They say there's no hope of improving. Wait, what? Many with chronic kidney disease, CKD, hear this at least once, especially if their diagnosis came late. But why do I call this a lie? It's not just because of the case study we discussed earlier. There are countless documented cases of patients improving, even in stage 5. Yet, doctors continue to claim there's no hope. So, how do we treat CKD? Yes, it's true that this condition is considered irreversible, but why do doctors still insist that there's no hope, even when there's evidence of patients who do improve? Many doctors tell their patients to give up hope because they don't want to offer false hope. At least, that's the excuse they give. But honestly, I think some doctors simply believe their patients can't handle anything more complex than taking a couple of pills each morning. It's like they think we're all just bumbling toddlers with pill bottles, incapable of managing even the simplest instructions. Heaven forbid we try to take charge of our own health. It's as if understanding anything beyond a prescription is a task reserved for NASA scientists. But come on, it's 2024. Telling patients to give up hope is outdated, cruel, and completely unnecessary. Asking someone to abandon all hope is like forcing them to use dial-up internet in 2024, unthinkable. Now, you might wonder, if doctors are lying, what's the right approach? I get where some doctors are coming from. They want you to be prepared for the worst, so if the worst doesn't happen, it feels like a gift. It's a common approach, but let's be real, it's the wrong one. Not all patients are as clueless as some doctors believe. And do you know what happens when you give the right tools to a motivated patient? Spoiler alert, they start to improve. Their creatinine levels drop and their symptoms begin to fade. Now, I'm not saying this is easy. The battle against kidney disease is as much a mental fight as it is a physical one. It takes strength, dedication, and motivation to keep going when a disease casts a shadow over your life. It's normal to feel scared and down, but you have to know that you can fight it. And don't worry, despite what some doctors might think, you won't need a NASA degree to do it. If you found this information helpful, please consider giving this video a like and sharing it on social media. More people deserve to know that there's hope. Number 4. Alright, let's dive into number 4, another big myth that not just doctors, but even the mainstream media can't stop spreading. You can't detox your kidneys. Detoxes are a hoax. They call detoxes bogus, and shows like the doctors love to drive this point home unless, of course, they're promoting whatever their sponsor is selling that day. Heaven forbid patients start drinking spinach juice and actually try to get better on their own. But are they right in dismissing most detoxes as bogus? Not when it comes to kidney disease. Let me explain. I start with some examples of detoxifiers that actually work and are backed by science. And they're affordable, too. Take phosphate binders, for instance. For those with chronic kidney disease, CKD, phosphorus is one of the most dangerous toxins. If you're not on a low-protein diet, your serum phosphate levels can get too high, leading to a whole host of problems, including faster kidney function decline. But if you're given calcium carbonate, a powerful detoxifier and phosphate binder, you can maintain your kidney function for much longer. There are even cases in medical literature where patients regain significant kidney function just by detoxifying phosphorus. So no, not all detoxes are bogus. Another example is sodium bicarbonate, which is another powerhouse detoxifier. It helps reduce excess acid, a dangerous toxin that can harm your kidneys. And guess what? Both excess acid and excess phosphorus are often the result of a high-protein diet. So, if a kidney patient starts a detox, replacing red meat with spinach juice, and using detoxifiers like phosphate binders and sodium bicarbonate, what happens? The patient starts to improve. Their GFR, glomerular filtration rate, goes up. Is that bogus? Or have some doctors just stopped paying attention to medical literature? Whenever I talk about sodium bicarbonate, I get a lot of questions, so let's clear up some common misconceptions. Some people think it contains aluminum or confuse it with baking powder. Bless their hearts, sodium bicarbonate is a simple chemical compound, technically a salt made up of sodium cation and bicarbonate anion. It contains no aluminum or anything else. Most people call it baking soda, but it's important not to confuse it with baking powder. Baking soda is pure sodium bicarbonate, while baking powder might contain aluminum and other ingredients you don't want. So, to recap, sodium bicarbonate, aka baking soda, is a powerful detoxifier prescribed to kidney patients. Baking powder is a leavening agent, and you definitely don't want to mix those up. And before we move on to the next myth, let me give you one more example of a potent detoxifier used in medical practice: N-acetylcysteine, NAC. NAC is one of the most powerful detoxifiers on earth. It's not just good for the kidneys, it's also fantastic for the liver, which is crucial for detoxifying the body. When your kidneys are overloaded, your liver is under stress too, what we call oxidative stress. NAC swoops in as a superhero antioxidant, kicking those toxins to the curb and protecting your kidneys from damage. In fact, studies have shown that NAC can lower creatinine levels by 50%, which speaks volumes about its effectiveness. Now, not all patients need every detoxifier. For example, sodium bicarbonate is only necessary if your CO2 levels are too low. I recommend it for patients with CO2 levels below 22 milliequivalents per liter. The same goes for phosphate binders. If your phosphorus is already in the right range, there's no need to detox something that's not there. And NAC isn't something I'd recommend for everyone. Especially not for people taking anticoagulants. Now, let's move on to number 3, another incredibly common and dangerous myth that some doctors are still perpetuating. Number 3. Let me ask you something. How many of you have been diagnosed with CKD stage 3 or above without being told that in 2024, every CKD patient should be following a personalized diet. This is a crucial question because no one changes lifelong habits without some serious motivation, without someone looking you in the eye and saying, "It's time to change the way you eat, or you'll end up on dialysis." If your doctor doesn't tell you that you need a new diet, what are you going to do? You'll probably keep eating whatever you want, right? It's almost as if some doctors think our kidneys are magically immune to the effects of pizza and soda. Sure, I'll just keep munching on salty snacks and chugging sugary drinks. Why bother with healthy eating when I can just wait for my kidneys to wave a white flag and surrender? The truth is, eating right can GFR points at each blood test and actually starting to gain them back. I've seen this with my own eyes. I've seen patients improve when they replace meat and junk food with fruits and veggies. It's not easy. I won't pretend it is, but it can be done. And that's why it frustrates me so much when doctors scoff at the renal diet as if it were some bogus home remedy. Now, let's talk about the consequences of this common lie. Alright, let's dive into number 2, another big myth that some doctors still cling to. You need lots of protein to stay healthy. Without it, you'll become weak and might even starve. We've all heard this at least once, right? You literally can't survive without protein, they say. But is that the whole truth? Well, not exactly. Let me explain. There are only 3 macronutrients in our diet: carbohydrates, protein, and fats. All 3 are considered essential because you need them to live. Yes, even carbs are essential. They contain vital vitamins and fiber. The same goes for fats. Without omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, your health would quickly decline. So, what about protein? Is it essential? Absolutely. Your body needs protein to repair and replace damaged tissues, so you can't live without it. But here's where the myth comes in. The amount of protein you actually need is far less than most people think. In fact, for many CKD patients, the recommended amount is just 0.55 to 0.60 grams per kilogram of ideal body weight per day. This isn't just my opinion, it's straight from the current guidelines for managing kidney disease. And here's the kicker, eating 0.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight doesn't just mean cutting back on meat and fish. It also means being mindful of the protein in foods like fries, pasta, bread, and legumes. These foods may seem harmless, but they add up. So, yes, you do need protein to survive. But if your goal is to not just survive, but to actually get better, you need to stop overloading on protein and focus on what really matters. Number 1. The most dangerous lie of them all is the wait and see approach. You know the drill. Your doctor looks at your chart and says, "Oh, you lost 15 points of GFR this year? Well, let's just wait and see if it gets better." It's as if they're expecting your kidneys to suddenly turn things around on their own. Maybe after a pep talk or a relaxing weekend getaway. Sure, doc. I'll just sit back and relax while my kidneys miraculously heal themselves. But here's why this is the worst lie. It never works. Your kidneys aren't going to get better on their own. That's just not how it happens. On the other hand, if you actually take action, you might see real results. Take the 39-year-old man with kidney failure that we talked about earlier. He didn't wait around for a miracle. He took charge, sought out help at a naturopathic clinic, and thanks to natural remedies, diet, and lifestyle changes, he was able to regain a significant amount of kidney function. So, don't just sit back and wait. Take action. Your health is worth it. Thanks for watching. If you're struggling with kidney issues, remember that change is possible, just like it was for me. Have you tried any methods or treatments that made a difference in your kidney health? I'd love to hear your experiences. Share your story in the comments below, and let's support each other on this journey. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more tips and updates on managing kidney health. Together, we can make a difference.